guys. Bit of a nothing day really last night or overnight. The stocks got a bit crazy on the back of comments from a non-voting member of the US Fed, and the headline was interest rates are going to pause in late summer, so July, August. But that was the headline. What he actually said was we're going to be raising rates for some time, and just a pause. Right? It's not necessarily going to be weaker interest rates. And he's a non-voter, but stocks got all excited and all bullish on that. As you can see, this is when he spoke. Lost my pointer. Just give me a sec, sorry. Might just pause this and come back one. Right, sorry. This is when he spoke, right? And you can see stocks loved it. Yeah, interest rates are coming off. Nah, that ain't happening. And the real market, the smart money, didn't follow suit. I guess they, well, it was here. They went the opposite direction in terms of bond yields rallied, right? And if the stocks were going to, what he said was going to happen and what the stocks believe is going to happen, then bonds would have come off, and it didn't. So bonds are still tracking higher, as you can see, getting up over 4%. Also read that the US 30-year mortgage rate is over 7%. That's a fair change over the last 2 years for the Americans if they're buying a house. So the 30-year mortgage is 7%. Elsewhere, outside of stocks, I guess VIX was off, as you can see. Also thinking that there's nothing to worry about. But when we look at what's coming up, there's plenty to worry about. So next week we've got US non-farm payrolls on Friday. We've got the Canadian interest rates. You've got Powell testifying at the banking committee, the Senate banking committee. You've got Aussie interest rates most likely to go up, so that's next week. The week after that, you've got US inflation data, and then the week after that, you've also got ECB, and the week after that, you've got the FOMC. So a couple of rocky weeks ahead, and expecting interest rates to increase, but that's volatility, and as a trader you want volatility. You don't want the market just going sideways. So let's go and have a look at US dollar and what it's doing. Rallying. It didn't get as low as I wanted it, but it's certainly tracking in the direction that we're looking at, and there's potential daily little day trade here, or day time frame. I wouldn't say it's a day trade, but you've got that swing low there, and your entry as it makes a new high. So entry around 105, stop loss around 103.50 or just under there, and there's plenty of room in the momentum indicator there for a reasonable risk-reward ratio trade. That's one thing I'm looking at. Aussie dollar on the hourly is another thing I'm looking at here. We've had this cycle under the moving average and looking for it to track again lower as the Asian session starts on. That's a potential trade there. So staying in line with the 4-hour trend. Euro dollar, similar, but I prefer it a little bit higher. So that's another thing. There's no real trade there for us. Cable. Wow. I did write in the weekly blog a while ago that it's just going to be frothy and choppy and have nasty conditions to try and trade. As you can see, it's just as a trend trader, that's something that I try and avoid, is getting caught in markets like that. I'm not a range trader. I can't trade a range to save myself, but those markets, or this market here, is just frothy and choppy, and I've got no interest in playing in those conditions. Dollar yen though, it's not. Dollar yen's trending nicely. As you can see, the 4-hour trend here is looking good. The daily trend is also looking good, and there's no reason for that to change when you've got the BOJ, the new head of BOJ, wanting a weaker yen, and you've got the strength of the US dollar, which should continue for the foreseeable future. You look at every sort of selling opportunity as an opportunity to get long, and that would continue on this one. I don't see anything there right now, so we'll probably just wait for next week. And that's about it for the week, guys. Hope you have a good weekend, and we'll catch you on Tuesday.